Hello, and welcome to the Fulfilled Entrepreneur Show. And today we are talking about how to crack that alignment code and how to turn your spiritual business into a dream machine. Now, if this is the first time and you are catching me, I am Lindsay Baldessano, the founder of Super Secret Powers Coaching. And I help all kinds of spiritpreneurs, whether you are a healer or a reader, get the clarity, attract the right clients, and start bringing in the cash without the hustle and in flow. So, let me ask you this. Does your spiritual business feel like a dream machine? Or do you sometimes feel stuck in what I like to call the misalignment maze? So give me a 1 in the comments for dream machine and give me a 2 for the misalignment maze. Very cool. You know that place where all the things you do are like you just pouring your heart out when you're doing them, but you're still not seeing that return. You're still not seeing the flow back to you so that you can balance out those abundance flows in your own life, right? And it's not the results that you imagined when you started, because you started from this place of wanting to live your most authentic life and being of service to others while doing that and having that just beautiful kind of dream work life, right? But so today we're going to talk about cracking the alignment code on it. And I'm going to show you how to escape that misalignment maze and create a business that not only works for you, but fuels your energy, attracts the right clients, and gives you the freedom to live the life you want. Whether that is living in a converted VW van and being the whole spiritual nomad, or homesteading and living life off the grid, or even just having a cozy little house in a little suburb, right? I used to feel like I was chasing something elusive in my business. And I'm sure you can all agree with that. Whether it was the perfect content, the right products, or some kind of magic formula for growth, whatever my brain latched onto that week, that month. Yeah, no, I spent so much time pushing and trying every new idea, switching up titles, tones, and even brand identities. But let me tell you, that kind of swinging pendulum doesn't inspire trust. Not in your audience, and definitely not in yourself. It felt chaotic and frankly exhausting, going up and down on the whole cycle of burnout. Because getting that new idea, you feel so energized, and then it doesn't quite work the way you thought it would, or you reach a point where maybe you kind of go blank, and like maybe you never even finish. Maybe you never even get to the point of launching that new thing. But everything changed, and it changed quickly when I stopped trying to be everything to everyone and got laser focused on who I really wanted to attract. The moment I fully committed to my ideal clients, so many decisions became crystal clear. And suddenly it wasn't about doing more, it was about doing the right things. And that clarity, it made all the difference. And I felt like my business finally started to build itself, brick by aligned brick. all of the pieces came together. And that is an amazing experience to have. And, it's why I get so excited about this, because it's not as complicated or as formulaic as everybody wants to make it out. Like, you don't need to buy all the branded templates to have something that resonates with your audience. And a lot of times when we are in that mode of looking for a cool, easy fix, and we buy those templates, we end up disconnecting from our audience because we stop producing the content that came from our heart that maybe people were resonating with, but maybe just didn't have the vulnerability to talk about online. But there's a fix for that too. That is not your destiny. That is just part of the whole misalignment maze. So what is this misalignment maze, right? It's what happens when you're spinning your wheels, hustling, overthinking, trying to do everything to make your business work, right? And you're just not seeing the results. So very straightforward, right? But how do you even know you're in the maze versus say like it's your idea, like you just suck at business and all of those horrible things our inner critic says to us in the middle of the night kind of thing. So here's how you know you're in the maze. You feel burnt out and unfulfilled even when you're hitting your personal goals, like getting the whole content plan out, or being on task with sending your emails, because you just aren't getting the traction, and everything you have been pouring into it just feels absolutely useless. So you have the motivation, you are taking action, but something still isn't getting you the traction you need. Number 2, you're attracting clients who drain you rather than energize you because you haven't done the work that will call in the right people. So your audience assumes that you're there for anything they have to say, no matter the position, no matter if it's not really quite right for your work, or maybe it's just a quick joke, because they like you and maybe they want to support you and maybe they do feel resonance with you, but they don't yet know how they can interact with your business because you haven't told them enough of who you are and what you stand for and what you do and why you're here to serve the people you want in your life. Number 3, you're constantly second guessing your offers, your branding, or your direction, because at the end of the day, you realize that you aren't quite where you want to be. And you just don't know how much more disappointment and energy and hope you can spend doing this and perpetuating the same cycle over and over and over again. I mean, drop a star in the comments if this feels familiar, because I know it did for me. And it really held me back from being able to go live or think about how to really increase my visibility anywhere beyond my profile, because something wasn't right. And I knew it, and I couldn't at that time put my finger on it. I mean, nobody starts off in life as a branding expert. We all learn and we all grow and we all learn to find the skills within us to really allow ourselves to shine. So all of those toxic patterns where we're beating ourselves up for not knowing what we don't know yet, well, we can chuck all that because we can learn, because we can reset our mind at any point to say, all right, I thought I understood this, but maybe I didn't go deep enough with it. Maybe I just didn't know how to apply it in the most effective way to my business. Let me take a better look at this. Let me ask. Just ask somebody. Is this what they meant by that? That marketing rule, that, that formula? Like, is this really what I'm supposed to be putting out there like that? There are no dumb questions in this. There really aren't. Cracking the alignment code means creating a business that reflects your energy, your values, and your dreams. One that feels authentic to who you are while delivering incredible value to your clients. So this is one of those things that, especially if you are struggling to feel like you could be visible, developing your brand can be the fastest way to get back into your confidence and back into your flow. Because you're not just standing for yourself, and you're not just like, oh, this is just poor old Lindsay out there in the world. Where you get to stand behind a message and you get to be the creative director for how that message is presented out to the world as a rally cry to attract the right people for the right transformations at the right time in their lives. So I kind of breezed over the 3 steps that it takes to cracking that code. So the first one is clarify your vision. Who is it that you want to surround yourself with? I mean, picture your dream clients, the ones who just light you up and make your work feel effortless. And these are the people who not just value your expertise, but also align with your energy and purpose. There are clients who inspire you to bring your best self to the table because you want to be there for them. They challenge you in the best ways. And they make your business feel like a natural extension of your authentic self. Like maybe you just built a little structure around who you are and your genius, and you just get paid for being yourself, and yourself with the people you want to connect with and you want to surround yourself with. So the key to alignment, or the first key to alignment at least, is knowing who these people are so that you can design offers with them in mind. So number 2, not just knowing who they are, but now it's time, my stepson, but now it's time to get into the hearts and to get into their hearts and their minds. And always bring that back to the practical and relatable experiences. But for a moment, think of yourself as a concierge to your ideal client's transformation, right? You're not just guiding them through big changes, but understanding the small and meaningful details that would make their journey uniquely effective and enjoyable. I mean, there's only so much you can do to shine up, having to, like go on a diet or do some of the harder things in life, like get your budgeting under control. But perhaps you are the person who makes them feel like they can do it and that it won't tear their heart out, right? Because it's probably one of their worst fears, is having to deal with the emotional ramifications of their change alone. So when you can anticipate their needs, address their fears up front, and celebrate their wins, you become more than just a service provider. you become a trusted partner in growth. And that's the kind of connection that brings the loyalty, trust, and long-term alignment we all need in our businesses. So number 3 is building the systems that support you. Create boundaries, pricing structures, workflows that protect your time and energy, help you hold your business boundaries, and help you stop hustling so you can start thriving. It's about working smarter, not harder. It's about building in processes into your system so that you can show up with confidence. So instead of showing up like unprepared or having to do like sales conversations, or like me, I'm doing audits, brand audits on the fly. Like you just make it up in your head as you go. Maybe you build a whole process for yourself. So that way, all you have to do is just show up and run the process. And it really only does take 30 minutes. And it's not something you're going to feel all stressed out about. And it's not something you're going to be up at 3 a.m. going like, I said I had this meeting. I don't know if I'm going to be up to it. Or what are they going to say? Or is this person even like remotely related to my business? Because that process also adds perceived value to what you do and how you run your business. And it really shows people that you have ethics and integrity behind what you're doing. And this isn't just some rando person like, give me $5 and I'm going to give you the reading that's going to, clear all the negative entities out of your system. I think that's one of the more recent ones I saw in my spam. Okay, but so how does that turn everything into the dream machine? Because we've talked a lot about like structure, and we've talked a lot about intricacies in your business that maybe like you don't have yet, and you're like, that sounds like a lot of work, Lindsay. But let me tell you another story. So my friend and my client, Andrea, started her pet sitting business shortly after she got divorced, and this was her second act. She had already spent a very long time in the professional fields, and she not only did she need to change her relationships in her life, she needed something that was going to support her better, not just monetarily, but her body better, because her job had been very physical. So when she finally made the big move, she was, really she was really struggling in the beginning to understand how to even reach out to people about her pet sitting business. And so, she started generically. She was trying to be the pet sitter for anyone at any time until, she started showing up to meet and greets and to houses that were a little below where her comfort zone was. And she was like, I can't do that. And this can't be so hit and miss with who I'm attracting and whether I feel even comfortable or safe accepting that work, right? And it's totally different when it's online and you just have to show up for a video call and you're just like, well, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just having a little social anxiety around this. Maybe I'm having an off day, rather than, having to go into a situation and realizing that maybe, no, you really don't feel comfortable. Maybe you don't feel safe, right? It's easier to brush off when it's online sales, which is also part of the reason why I've been using this as an example story this week. So she knew she needed some boundaries in her business. And, we built them. We built them together, and she got ideas from other pet sitters, and I mean, not only did she really integrate that idea of the meet and greet before she accepts any jobs, um, she really started to find that it was in all in how she talked about it. Because usually the places where she didn't feel comfortable and where she didn't feel safe were also people who questioned her prices. So she needed to really think about and really feel into where her value was and how she was going to start expressing that value outward. And it took her a couple of years to, really find the clients she wanted, to hone in on who those people were. It took her a couple of years only because, she was busy doing other things and setting up her life. And she had some beautiful realizations around what she could do with her business that was also fun. Like she would go traveling and pick up house sitting gigs while she was away to help, not have to pay for hotel rooms or whatnot. So, I mean, there's a lot in there. It's not that like it took her years, but it took her years to finally say, like, yes, I absolutely need to focus on finding the right clients now because I want better jobs, because I want to save up for my VW van life nomadic thing that I want to do, because I want things in life again. I don't just want to survive anymore, which was exciting for me, of course. I'm like, whoo. But we helped her get there. I mean, we went deep into the people that she loved working with, the homes she loved being in, what their relationship was like with their pets. And, like we went deep into that person, those avatars that she could rely on, that she wanted to be with. She wanted to pet sit for because they valued her, because they paid her extra, because they told her she charged too little, because they came back year after year, even when she finally decided, I need to actually raise my prices like every year, and made all of those hard choices. They're hard at first. I mean, you get used to them. You do, because it's just business, and it's just making sure that you're positioned to work for the people you are meant to work with. And no, those aren't the people who are stuck in survival mode, especially if you're in online sales of any sort. So, for online sales around coaching and guidance, here's a little bit of an exercise, right? I want you to consider, just as a thought experiment for this afternoon, consider what your 3-month package would be. So the time frame is ideal for calling in your highest medicine while also balancing it with your client's needs and abilities, because not everybody is going to be like, yes, let's jump into a 12-month commitment. Sometimes it's time, sometimes it's energy, sometimes, that's not the year they're going to be able to have that level of commitment to themselves and doing that kind of work. People really do need to be in the right time and place in their lives to sign up for something like that, right? Having your 12-month commitment price and strategy and position is something that you want to keep in your back pocket. You absolutely want to have, because there will come a time when you find those people who do want to go all in with you. And that way, and you can just make the offer and you can just go. But for this thought experiment, we're just chunking this down into an intensive 3-month package, right? So here's how to think about it. You can pull out some paper and you can, journal about this for the next hour. So Who is it that you want to surround yourself with? Think about the people who not only resonate with with your energy, but challenge you and inspire you to show up as your best self in your highest medicine from your connection with divine wisdom and healing. So remember, they not only appreciate your expertise and respect your boundaries, but they're excited to pay because they want to have an experience. They want to have an experience with you. So write down everything you think you know about all that. And then move on to the second prompt. What transformation can you help your ideal client achieve in 3 months? So you know this person, you love this person, you love working with this person, you love the fact that they laugh at these particular jokes. But how can you be of true and real service to them? And yeah, I mean, it has to do with your certifications, it has to do with your abilities and your skills and your talents and all that. Just don't leave your personal experience off the table in this. And really make sure that you're leaning into this from this place of soul to soul. How is it that I can help them go through this thing? And what is this thing? Right? Because the tackling of the problem, so to speak, um, the rise that you want to help facilitate has to be something that you feel you can talk about forever with your favorite person because of the boundaries, because of how they take it, because of where their mindset is, right? So what transformation is that? And I would start with like what tangible things that they're going to walk away with, because then you can get a little fancier with the phrasing a little bit later on, as long as it's still fairly clear, and people can just say like, oh, cool, I get that. So another way, and another part of this thought experiment is, does this align with your zone of genius? So don't underestimate the value of what feels natural and easy for you, because it isn't natural or easy for everyone. In fact, it could even be a timing thing in their life, right? Maybe they had some kind of life upset that is preventing them from finding this kind of decision making that they have to do to make the transformation come with ease. So they need you to be that bridge, right? They need you to be the facilitator so that they can find their way to put their feet back under them and begin to make these decisions in a better and from a better space within themselves. And it has to be something that you feel comfortable getting messy with. I like getting messy. I am a tinker gnome at heart, which is why I love all the tech stuff and I love all the moving pieces of businesses and brands and all that. So you have to remember that you're working with real people, not a perfect process. And really try and find those spaces where you're not afraid to get hands-on, where you're even excited to get hands-on, to take something apart with somebody else, or to help them integrate or synthesize. What are those energies you like to play in that come easily and naturally to you? And how is that going to affect them? And then lastly, like, what structures do you need? So both in your personal life and in your business. so that you can consistently offer that level of work for 3 months. And no, it's not going to be 3 months full on all the time. I mean, some clients are going to go a little slower than others, and some are going to go a little faster than others, and some really want the personal touch to it, and others are just going to be like, all homework, all business. I am like doing this now, implement, implement, implement. And, you just have to go with the flow of where that person is with the work that they're agreeing to do, right? So consider the systems that are going to protect your energy in all of those situations so that this is an easy process for you, so that you can show up above the fray of your daily life and above the fray of your clients' hopes and fears and all of that jangly stuff that they're going to have to, sort out so that they can have their transformation. What kind of time blocking or automated scheduling do you need? What kind of tools ensure that your offers remain seamless, like deposit systems or client onboarding workflows, so that you're not going into your meetings unprepared, not knowing anything about the person? And don't forget personal habits. Do you have rituals or boundaries in place to keep your creativity and focus flowing? The right structure doesn't just support your business, it supports you as the driving force behind it all. So this exercise really isn't just about creating a package, right? It's about crafting a truly aligned offer, being that concierge to their dreams that supports you and your clients while you take this journey together. And here's the big picture. When you create that alignment, everything else becomes possible. This is the foundation for turning your business into a vehicle for the rest of your dreams. Whether that's more time for your personal fulfillment, financial freedom, the ability to travel, or the ability to expand your impact in ways you never thought possible, like maybe getting that book out, that memoir, maybe publishing that tarot deck. Alignment is the ultimate aim because it paves the way for everything you've been working toward and dreaming about. It's manifestation in action. I'm going to leave you with that, but I do want to tell you that I have a free application only audit called my Mystik Brand Alignment Audit that helps you uncover where you are misaligned, identify what's holding you back, and map the clear path forward. And this is a brand new offer for me. Here we go. You can see it on the screen there. So I will also put the link in the comments, but it's application only. So you fill out the Soul Biz snapshot form and it tells me about your business and where you are and if we're a fit. And if we are a fit, then we're going to have a 30-minute chat about your business and about the audit results that I'm going to do for your entire business. So just like a big snapshot of everything you've got going right now. Your business doesn't have to feel like a constant struggle. It really doesn't. Alignment is the key to building something that supports you, energizes you, and creates impact for the people you are here to serve. So, thank you so much for showing up today. Don't forget to hit a hashtag replay just so I know where and how people are watching. And I can't wait to see you escape that misalignment maze and step into the aligned, thriving business that you deserve. All right? It's all right. And if you are really serious about making that shift in your business to really look at the foundations and start building something that isn't going to just crumble if a social media channel goes away, or, there's a blip, or somebody steals your profile, um, reach out to me and let's do this audit. It's free. All you have to do is apply. All right, I'm going to drop that link in just a minute. And I love you all, and I will see you around the webs, and especially for next week's Fulfilled Entrepreneur show, Fulfilled Spiritpreneur show. But let me grab that link. That's not the page. That's the page. Me and my million tabs. Alrighty, tidy. That is in the comments there for anybody who would like to apply. I can't wait to talk. I can't wait to find out more about how you are using your abilities to bring more light and healing to this world, while also nourishing your beautiful soul. Stay magical, my friends.